We rise together. We build together. We grow together. We scale forever. Start with a spark now. It's fire in our hands. Dreams into numbers. Building empires on demand. Traffic is flowing. The leads never fail. Health, wealth, success. It's all in the scale. Scale, scale, scale. Rise up high and never fail. Scale, scale, scale. From the vision to the trail. Scale, scale, scale. Every profit, every sale. We're one, we're strong. Together we belong. Scale, scale, scale. Click after click, watch the momentum grow. From sea to the summit, everybody knows no limits here. We rewrite the tale. It's mine, it's body, it's life, it's go. Faster, stronger, breaking through. Everything multiplies when we do. Community of power, we will prevail. The future is ours when we shout. Scale, scale, scale. Rise up high and never frail. Scale, scale, scale. From the vision to the trail. Scale, scale, scale. Every profit, every sale. We're one, we're strong. Together we belong. School your dreams, school your life, school your will, school your tribe.
All right, everybody. This is the Scale.GG quarterly update with your host, Mike Filsaime. Good to see everybody, even though I'm not seeing you. I hope it's good to see me. And joining me today will be Simon Leung behind the glass, as well as John Garcia and Alan, our whose last name is GrooveDev. At least that's what it is in my phone, Alan GrooveDev. So Alan will be joining us as well. Got some exciting things for you to go over today. We're going to be showing you the brand new courses.gg, which is replacing the old courses.gg. But we're going to explain that. Nothing's going to happen overnight. You're going to have the choice to use both, but they're using the same database. And so we're going to launch it in beta. And we're going to give you the URL for that so that you could go and play with it. And we're going to show you how you can help us test it. See, we've learned a lot in the past. In the past, you heard about us on a lot of live streams and a lot of hoorahs and not a lot of dev. We flipped that around. We're doing a lot of development nowadays. And everybody hears me, right? My team, you hear me, right? Somebody give me a thumbs up there.
Yes.
If you, all right, cool. And is that Matt Serralto? Is that somebody logged in as Matt? Okay, so somebody on our team is logged in as Matt Serralta. Not sure if that's Alan or if Matt is joining us from Orlando. So Matt won't be joining us today. I had to force him and yell at him and say, you are forbidden to come onto this live stream. So he had a planned trip with the family, and that's why he's in Orlando doing the whole Disney thing. And he's been working really hard on mystore.gg, and, you know, kind of that conversation that you're having with the wife where I need to, you know, break from the amusement park for 2 hours to go do a live stream, and she's saying over my dead body and all that, and I have to tell him, what are you talking about, family first? And he's like, oh. And I said, Matt, I'll give you time to shine next week. We'll do a live stream where you can do a deep dive on mystore.gg. So I don't know if he's here. Underneath in the lobby, somebody says it's Matt. So I don't know if that's Alan, who came in and didn't change the name, or if it's Matt. So let me text him and find out if that's actually him. Is that you in the lobby, or is it Alan and didn't change his name?
John just sent the message in Teams saying that is Matt.
Oh, it is Matt. And he just couldn't help himself. He came anyway. All right. So, Matt, if you want to say hi, add yourself to the stage. I'll add you to the stage. Maybe you don't have the proper link to do that. And unmute yourself if you want to say hi. You have my photo.
Hey, guys. Hey, sorry. I kept unmuting myself. You couldn't hear me. I forgot I need to add myself to stage. Yeah, I didn't want to miss it for the world. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. I'm going to be muted for the most part and listen in. And hopefully, if you need something, I'll jump in. Not sure I'll be 100% able to do that, but that's the plan for now.
All right. Very good, Matt. You got it. And Matt, if you can, if it's not too much trouble, just change your photo so that when you're in, you don't confuse people.
Yeah, I'll try to get that done. Yeah.
Yeah, but don't worry about it. All right, we're going to remove you. And Matt, could you add yourself back in with the link that you have if I remove you? Or, well, we'll find out. I'm going to remove Matt, and he'll send up a flare if he wants us to add him back in. All right. So yeah, we're going to be showing you the new courses.gg, and we're going to be showing you the new MyStore, and they're both being released in beta, meaning you're going to get access to both of them today. And then we're going to show you our new feedback portal if you haven't seen it, and how you can report bugs to us or feature requests in real time. And we're going to show you how we're actually building this stuff and why we're delivering faster than ever before. And we can't take all the credit for it. You know, it's all because of AI and agentic engineering and agentic marketing that is making us move faster than, let me put my phone on vibrate here, making us move faster than we've ever been able to before. And so, you know, maybe you guys like a little bit of hype. I'll do the best I can to hype things up, but I'll keep my energy high, but I'll keep the hype low. Yeah, we've got some other things to cover for you today. We're going to be talking about some changes in marketing and positioning that we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about Scale.gg that we're looking to launch in about a month. That's our ClickBank competitor. We'll be talking about a new mastermind that we're starting. You'll hear about that in a soft couple of minutes at the end of the call. Yeah, we'll be doing more about that next week. Bear with me just 1 second. John, I'm going to pop you in here. Oh, are you even there, John? I don't even see you. Oh, John is so using like green screen that he was blending in with the background. John, I'm going to let you in. John, I got to send an important text message. So can you please say hi to everybody for about 30 seconds while I send a text message to someone?
All right, of course, Mike. Of course, I can do that. Can everybody hear me okay? Just give me a thumbs up. And yes, I was super excited to actually show everybody the new courses GG. I know a lot of people that have been following the whole situation with courses GG is going to love it. It is absolutely incredible the way that Mike and Matt put it together. And it's definitely going to be a game changer for a lot of people. He's going to change the whole, no more of the old stuff. I mean, these things that they're doing with AI is amazing. And I know for a fact, because I tested a few days ago, and it's the simplicity of it, the way that it flows with everything else. So I know it's going to make a lot of people happy today.
All right.
So,
yeah. And John, there's going to be news that you'll be hearing today as well. Some things that we're thinking out loud that I'm really, really excited about. I spoke to Matt about it, spoke with Lucius about it. I'm going to take off another week or two, go underground, continue on the marketing and getting the software right. And the truth is, I couldn't wait in the past, and I still can't wait to do these live streams. And we're not calling them State of the Groovians anymore with the new brand. It just can't get the word scale in there. It just doesn't work right. You end up talking like you're talking about a scallion, right? The state of the scallion. So we're just calling it the Scale.GG quarterly update. So we'll be doing them every 3 months, and then we're going to be engaging with you a lot more. I've really been focusing on creating quality software for you guys, listening to your feedback, adding new features, keeping up to date with the latest models when they roll out and putting them into Imager and Creator Studio, watching all the stuff that's going on with AI, and fixing any bugs that very few and far between, that you guys are reporting, and we get them up to speed. We'll be talking about that as well. So we will be engaging a lot more. So one of the things I want to do, I want to share my screen real quick. And let's see here. This is really, really, really important. All right. I'm going to share with you a new podcast. It's not public yet. And I'm going to show you episode -1. Okay. And I'm going to go to YouTube. And I'm going to go to, it's even hard to find right now. Here's Simon making all of these awesome little Sora videos of me. Let me know in the chat. Do you like them or hate them? Most of my family hates them because it's like, it doesn't look like you. Your face is fat. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm fat. And they're like, but it doesn't sound like you. I'm like, yeah, but they're funny, right? So let me know in the chat what you think about these things here.
X marks the spot. Thursday, 1 p.m. EST.
All right.
X.
So what I want you to do is I want you to search for the Wicked Smart podcast. Okay. And it might not even show up even here. See, it doesn't even, well, here it is. Okay. So, oh, you released it, Simon?
Yeah, the episode 1.
Oh, my goodness.
Actually, you scroll up, the second listing is
That's us.
that's us. Yeah.
I didn't even recognize it because so Simon is working on this. I'm going to talk to you guys about this. And guys, please bear with me. The State of the Groovians will be us hanging out. The State of the Groovian, the Scale.GG quarterly update will be us hanging out for about 90 minutes to an hour, getting you all up to date. We're not selling you anything. We're getting you up to date. So, and by the way, nobody's even said anything. It's just me getting in my own head. I don't want anybody saying, you know, what's going on with this? I'm here. Just get to the fluff. These are more about me engaging with the community like a live streamer and saying, hey, come, let's hang out for 90 minutes to 2 hours. By the time it's all said and done, we're going to have a lot of fun and you're going to learn about everything. We're going to see all your questions. We're going to answer everything you can. But yeah, we're just doing things a little bit lighter these days, right? So what I want to let you know here is this Wicked Smart podcast. As you can see, it has 5 subscribers. Oh, 8. So 3 of you already joined. Here's what I'm going to beg and plead with you to do. Whether you like, comment, or subscribe, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But please do me a favor. I'm not even going to ask you to watch it. What I'm going to ask you is that if you do watch it, please watch it, right? So what I don't want you to do, I don't want you to click on it right now and then close the tab, because we'll all help me destroy the channel that way, right? So the most important thing with a YouTube channel, and I don't know why, I'm on vibrate here. I'm on silent, but these notifications still keep coming in. So let me put, it makes no sense. No idea. Maybe it's this laptop here. Hold on just a second. I have another laptop running here, so let me just mute it. Okay. That could be my other laptop. I keep hearing notifications coming. You know how annoying that can be, right? Ding, ding, ding. So if you click on it and be like, oh, cool, Mike started a podcast and listen to it for 4 seconds, what you're actually signaling to the algorithm is this is boring. They promised me something in the thumbnail and they promised me something. We can make that a little bit bigger. The actual, we can less on me here. If you know what I mean, I'll do it. Yeah. I'll even put myself in the corner there. What we don't want to signal to the algorithm is that this wasn't watchable. So I would hope that if you are interested, click it, watch it, and stay till the end. And even if you can't, right, just so that you can help a fellow out here, a couple of guys starting a YouTube channel, what we want you to do is just so you can understand, like, even if you want to just help us and say, hey, I don't have the time to watch this right now, then just put it in another tab and just, click mute tab and then just let it run for the 90 minutes or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, what we just don't want is a live stream where several hundred people click on the tab, open it, and we're literally going to signal to YouTube that this is a dead channel. So I think everybody understands that. So let me tell you, and Simon, are you working on thumbnails? You can pop yourself in, Simon. I want to talk to you about that.
Yes, working on it.
Should we not release it until the thumbnail is ready?
Well, if we're going to be
unlisted.
if we're using the thumbnail creator, we need it for the transcript. So we're waiting for the transcript to transcribe first.
Am I seeing this and nobody else is seeing this because it's unlisted?
No.
Okay, so maybe we should load it unlisted first, so
until the thumbnail is done.
Yeah, because what we're doing is we're sending it to the world without a proper thumbnail, and then we're telling the algorithm that it's not clickable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't pushing it to anybody until you announced it. So.
Oh, I see. So you heard me talking about it and you made it live. All right, got it. So that they could watch it. All right, cool. We'll work on the thumbnail. Yeah. And by the way, guys, just so you know, if I do go to Imager here, you're going to see that this is Simon, man. You blow this thing up. You absolutely blow it up. You can see here, somewhere down here, Simon, you've been busy promoting this. Yeah, so you could see here, we basically say, put the text here, make it. We're using this here. So I want to let you know a little bit about this podcast so that you do watch it. Let's hit the refresh button, see how many of you subscribed so far. We're up to 18. All right. So the first video is called Episode -1. Let me explain to you what happened here. All right. What you're about to hear is an accidental first episode of the Wicked Smart podcast. You see, we got started. We had a lot of problems with Echo. Technical guys that don't know technology. That's what the name of the podcast should be. I'm Mike Filsaime. I'm here with Todd Brown, John Benson, and Donnie French. You'll learn about more of us coming up in this episode. We are saddened that we don't have Rich Sheffrin with us today. He got on without any sleep. He was sick last night. And he's also part of this podcast that we're going to be doing. While we were having trouble figuring out the echo, which was actually my fault, not Riverside's fault, and then we fixed it. Rich was like, guys, I can't. We got to go. So we said, we're going to postpone this webinar, this podcast till next week. Donnie said, hey, I just want to ask John Benson a question. And then we went into about 45 to 50 minutes of what I think is pure gold, and I think you're going to enjoy it. It's coming up right now.
We're going live, baby. Whoa.
Recognize that song?
Wicked Smart Podcast.
Notice Mike has one of those topics. So let me tell you who's on the Wicked Smart podcast. Let me go back. And by the way, while you're there, what you're about please make sure to leave a like and a comment, guys. That's really, really going to help us. Watch this podcast later. Listen to it in the background. And I see all you guys saying hi to me. Hi, everybody. And then this one right here, this one, we recorded it on Monday morning. Okay, and we're probably going to be doing them every Saturday morning, or if we record them Monday morning, we'll release them the following Monday. I want to have like a specific time that we release episodes every Monday morning at 8 a.m., that type of thing. Let me introduce these people here for you. All right, and welcome to episode 1 of the Wicked Smart podcast. Today, I'm joined again with our team here with Todd Brown, Rich Sheffrin, Donnie French. I'm Mike Filsaime and John Benson. And today we're going to be let you know who these guys are. Donnie. All right, so you obviously know me. Todd Brown, if you don't know, Todd is literally the highest paid guy when it comes to funnel consulting. I'm talking 25 and 50K masterminds, the best people in the world, like Russell Brunson. Everybody you know knows Todd Brown, and he knows everything about the funnel, the metrics, buying, media, you name it. There's nobody better than him. Then over here, you got the legendary Rich Sheffrin. To me, I think Rich is the most intelligent IQ person that I know. I am so focused on marketing, and then he invites me to come speak at his masterminds that he does at his house. And then I'm like, oh my God, I know nothing. I literally know nothing. Like, Rich isn't just about persuasion and copy. Rich is about every book that he reads, and he reads 3 a week about the theory of constraints and all of these different things. And I'm like, oh my God, he's just so brilliant. And then over here, Donnie French. Donnie is he's with we'll say he consults for Performance Golf. Performance Golf, he's the copy chief basically, and they do $150 million a year. So when Donnie talks, and like he does in this episode, he actually breaks down a campaign where they're running $50,000 a day in media. And then he breaks it down. So you're hearing stuff on a high level that is so inspiring. And then over here, you have what I refer to as the world's best living copywriter. And that is John Benson. And he is the creator of the VSL. Agora Publishing, Rich Sheffrin used to do consulting for them, and he told Mark Ford, also known as Michael Masterson, if you look up the book Ready, Fire, Aim, Michael Masterson is a pen name, okay? If you see it here, it'll probably say somewhere on here, Michael Masterson. That's actually Mark Ford. And if we Google him, all right, it's not much of a secret anymore. Mark Ford is a super brilliant guy. He's part owner. The page isn't loading for me. I'm not sure why. Let's try this one. This guy right here. He's part owner of Agora Publishing. You're talking about a company that does over $1 billion a year in direct response, and nobody's ever heard of them because you've heard of their brands like Porter Stansberry. And they were doing a campaign, and Rich said to them, hey, you want to try this VSL like in 2007? And that revolutionized their business. So what you have here is a crack team of people that I promise you guys, this is going to be one of your favorite podcasts. And by the way, we're going to be bringing on legends. Sometimes it's just going to be this. And so let's just jump into a little scene right here.
Whether it be past performance of campaigns and what's worked, whether it is data on what's working right now through the house file, the email list, what's getting open.
And then towards the end, we start talking a lot about AI.
And we have to push this live. We have to go that. Eventually, it's going to slowly get there, but we still need the.
Guys, I don't want to say because I'm there. Take me out of the equation here. What you are hearing, and so that I don't put myself included in here, and Rich stepped away right there. These are the 5, and I'll take myself out, the 4 smartest guys that I know in marketing. So you're going to get to learn from them every single week. On top of that, we're going to be, and now we can do the other one where we focus less on this, Simon. Let me see. I guess that would be this one. This one. Yeah. All right. And the other thing that we're going to be doing, I'm announcing it right now, our very first guest. So every other week will be a guest. So it'll be the 4 or 5 of us. And then the following week, you're going to be learning from people. Are you ready? Very first guest is going to be Russell Brunson, will be on the Wicked Smart podcast. And then we're going to have Jay Abraham. And then we're going to have Mark Ford from Agora. We're going to be reaching out to our friends like Dean Graziosi, hopefully Tony Robbins, when this thing builds up, and it will, because this is the Wicked Smart podcast is really an exciting project. In fact, it's so exciting that I told Simon, cancel all social media. This is what we are going to build to, our goal, just so that you have to set these BHAG, these big, hairy, audacious goals. We are setting our goal for this for in the first year to be at 250,000 subscribers. At 18 months, we want to be at 500,000 subscribers, and we want to hit the 1 million subscribers in 2 years. And let me show you a strategy that I want all of you, and by the way, I'm teaching now, okay? We're going to go into ScaleDraw. And I'm going to pull this up right here. What I want you to realize is this is the podcast right here. Okay, let me move this over here. Can I hide that? No. So this is the podcast. What happens with the podcast is the podcast, using different types of AI software like Riverside, which automatically does it, and things like Opus.pro, or Opus Clips. If you don't know about it, I'm sure you do, but in case you don't, Opus.pro, what it does is it takes your podcast and it converts it into all of these different types of media. And it will do it for YouTube, for LinkedIn, for Instagram, and it edits them for each individual market. A little expensive, but you can't put the price on growing a massive YouTube channel. So once you have your 1 hour or 90-minute podcast, you then break that up into what are known as segments or clips, right? These tend to be 4 to 7 to 11 to 14 minutes. And then you break those up into sound bites, which we all know as shorts and reels and things like that. So then what we're going to be doing is we're going to be posting all of that content, again, all the shorts, onto Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. This is your social media strategy. This is all you need. Let me show you what we are modeling. If you go to YouTube, and again, you know, it's not going to be the taste for everybody. By the way, the new Spider-Man trailer is absolutely awesome if you haven't seen it. We're going to go to the All In podcast. And you're going to notice when I click on the videos here, if you see this here, you notice the thumbnails look very similar to the ones that we're doing right here, right? Obviously, I'm copying them, right? So the All In podcast, if you want to look at like what they're doing, they're putting out their podcasts, 430,000 views, 128,000 views, 166,000 views, 237, 390, 290, 448, 270. And they're talking about AI, tech news, and they'll sometimes talk about the war in Iran because it can affect, you know, microchips and China and all that. 437, 300,000 views. So you can, I don't know if you realize how powerful. I know a YouTuber that has 375,000 subscribers, and he's only getting about 50 to 75,000 views to his channel, but he's putting out 2 to 3 videos a day, and he's making $1.5 million a year just in sponsorships. This video is sponsored by Ground News, right? You know what I mean? So this video is sponsored by, when you build the channel, they will come. I want to show you another one. And remember, I'm teaching you guys now. If I have a strategy, I want to share it with you as well. So the next one I want you to look up. It's called Peter Diamandis. It's the Moonshots podcast. And I'm just going to click on Peter Diamandis. And we're going to click on videos. And what do you notice? The exact same formula. And how many views are they getting? 369. 500,000, 218,000, 148,000, 167,000, 154,000, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? They're getting, you know, between 100 and 200, or I would say 100 and 300,000. And every now and then, look at this, 1.5 million views, right? And then when you bring on a very popular person, when they bring on Elon Musk or AKA Russell Brunson, remember this, they bring their audience with them. The algorithm will automatically feed you Russell Brunson's tribe. So you build a podcast about an interesting topic. And by the way, they wanted to call it rear naked copy. I was like, no, I don't want this to be about copy. How about rear naked marketing? I said, I don't want this to be about marketing. We're going to talk AI. We might have segments like we're calling it the Rushmore segment. Like everybody gets to talk about their favorite 4 things, and then we compile it. And at the end, we're going to give it a Rushmore. There's somebody doing that, basically Ari Emanuel. I love it. But one might be about the 4 best living copywriters. The next week, it might be about your 4 favorite cereals that you grew up with as a kid. Why? Because it's just interesting watching people talk and engage and have fun. And not everybody is only a marketer. Some people like sports, MMA. Some people like to talk movies. By the way, I'm going to go watch the new Hail Mary movie with Ryan Gosling. I'm hearing it is one of the best movies ever made. I might do a movie review about it on the podcast to the other guys. You know, we play chess. We like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, whatever it might be. This is going to be our audience. Write this one down. Here's a writer downer for you. Ready? Write this down. Andy Jenkins, my late, great partner who passed away in 2019. He had an expression that I love, and it's this. Ready? Go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. Okay. We have to understand that there's people in this world that hate Trump and love Trump, right? And we are not going to ever talk politics, but we realize, because we had to have these conversations like, hey, what if something comes up? Do we cut it out of the episode? And everybody was like, no, why do we have to be embarrassed about who we are? By the way, five MAGA guys, and I know that might upset some of you people, but remember, at the end of the day, I'm never going to hate you for your views, right? So we can't hide who we are. We're just never going to rub it in anybody's face. That is not the job of the podcast. But we do need to go where we're celebrated and not where we're tolerated. When you go where you're tolerated, you become a very bland politician, and it's like putting your finger to the wind and just trying to appease everybody. And what people really want is authenticity, right? So that's what our podcast is going to be. And using this method right here. Oh, let me tell you another thing right here. I'm going to play one of these podcasts. Here's what I want you to notice.
A lot happening at Davos. A lot.
Okay, right here, you've got a guy. Why is my phone? Oh, something's on priority notifications. Okay. Isn't it crazy? You can have your phone on mute. I'm going to put it on Do Not Disturb. How about I do that? Now it's on Do Not Disturb. Now only my mom can get through. All right. So here's what I want you to notice. This is key, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the way that people are showing up. AirPods in the ear. Laptop webcam, no purple lights in the background, head in the middle of a lampshade and flowers, AirPods, just not the most focused camera. In fact, it's even tilted. Look at the back bookshelf. His webcam is tilted. And look here, right? Laptop into the back room. Now, sometimes this guy comes in a little bit better. I've noticed
a sprint to the finish where
He's come out of hiding.
Well, anyway, you can see my point. My point that I'm making is these guys are not putting on high production. In order to do a podcast, this is another one that you want to write down. Do not feel that you need to go to a podcast studio. Do not feel that you need to build a podcast studio. You know what happens with a podcast studio? It's called hurry up and wait. You show up and are you guys ready? Well, we're working on sound. All right, cool. I'm starting to sweat here, guys. The lights are getting on me. We got to get moving, and I got to be out of here in a minute. And they're working on the sound. They're working the audio, the earpiece, everybody, mic check, all this nonsense, getting camera one set in. It takes 5 hours to shoot a 1 hour podcast. I'm not kidding you. And guess what else has to happen? You got to fly people in, and then they're late in traffic and all these different things. You're trying to run a business. You want to do this, do it every Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. or every Monday morning at 7 a.m. And that's why if you look at the episode 2 of ours, let me find it for you. The Wicked Smart Podcast. I'm going to make fun of Rich here a little bit. Let's see.
Assembled a really strong team.
You can see Rich wasn't ready here. He had literally just rolled out of bed, and you could see it in his face.
And like a quick little premise of what the product is,
right? You can see like Rich literally just woke up, but who cares, right? This is a bunch of guys. What we want to give you, and sometimes do it a bunch of girls, do it guys and girls, whatever it is. Here's what happened. We go watch UFC fights at Rich's house every night, and the stuff that we talk about here, Donnie, this guy in the bottom right corner, he's the one that goes, man, we should just put a camera here. This could be a podcast because all we do is talk. And we want to do a fly on the wall type of podcast. Just you get to hear what we'd like. And if you're not interested, right, you don't listen. Again, let me get back to the point that I'm making here. Look at John Benson. He's got the headphones on. He, t-shirt, just woke up. Rich Sheffrin, all of us. There's not any production here. I give them a link in Riverside. I text them and I said, hey, are you showing up? I'm going to be 2 minutes late. Is everybody here? All right, guys, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we talk for an hour. And we have a couple of topics that we're going to talk about. And then at the end, when it's all said and done, I say, all right, guys, don't leave just yet. I got to do the intro. So here's a little tip. I do the intro at the end because I know what the podcast is about. So now I'll do an intro for this state of the green quarterly update for Scale so far, right? It would be like, all right, welcome everyone. In this episode, we tease the new courses.gg, mystore.gg, the feedback portal, and we are going to be talking about our new podcast called the Wicked Smart Podcast. It's coming right up. We'll see you in a minute, right? And then I say, all right, guys, we'll see you later, and everybody hangs up, right? So again, why this can be your entire social media strategy. You are getting up early in the morning. You're using Riverside. You don't have to fly anybody in. Everybody else is doing it from their home. You get in, you talk about something that you know your audience will love. You talk about that for an hour to 2 hours, and then you now have a podcast, and then you break that up, as we share my screen again. You break that up into clips, and you break that up into shorts, and that is your social media strategy for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. All right, that's it. That's our social media strategy. Why do I know it's working? It's been shared with me in masterminds that people, including me, people pay $30,000 to be part of. This is the strategy. I'm out there learning this stuff. I'm sharing it with you. The people that are sharing it with me are sharing their results. They're incredible. It doesn't mean you stop your other social media. We don't have the resources to do much more of that, but this is going to be our strategy. And then once we have this channel, I am then going to just record really cool different types of content for you guys that is just going to show up here. We were thinking, should we get like Wicked Smart Mike? No, I'm just going to put them. And we have another channel. We have another channel for you guys. It's the Wicked Smart. I think it's called Wicked Smart Clips. I think so. And let me see if it's Simon. Is it Wicked Smart Podcast Clips?
Yeah, try Wicked Smart Podcast Clips.
All right, what I have to do.
I'll find it.
Yeah, I got it on my laptop right here. I'm just going to text it to myself. Just bear with me. I got to sign into YouTube over there into that. Switch account. It is called the Wicked Smart Podcast Clips. Let me find the actual channel. Go to channel. And we don't have any clips there yet. So your channel.
We do. I think we have one.
Oh, we do have a clip there. Content. Okay, great. So now I can get the channel. Okay, now that I got the channel, I can text it to myself. Oh, it's at Wicked Smart Clips. All right, so I can do this. All right, so we have the Wicked Smart Podcast Clips. This is where we're going to be putting our clips. All right, so subscribe to that. Give that video a like. Give it a comment. We appreciate all the love that you could give there. And remember, if this isn't for you, then don't even like it, because it's going to, you know what I mean? You know exactly what I mean, right? Like, it's the algorithm, right? So thank you so much for that. All right, so now we are going to move on. There was something I wanted to tell you just about this before we moved on, or a strategy with social media. But I don't remember it, and we need to move on. So that is our strategy for content, right? Because I'm not a big social media person. We use it to advertise, but it's time that I finally go all in, and we are going all in on it. All right. So next thing that I want to let you all know about is when you log into ScalePlus, there's a couple of new things that we've added. Number one, instead of having this down here, only where you don't even know that it's happening, we added the what's new here. And when you log in, you'll notice a little number telling you how many things have been added. We've decided not to do it inside of every app. We've just decided to aggregate everything here for you. And so a couple of new things here. Nano Banana 2 came out. Now understand, there was Nano Banana 1, and then there was Nano Banana Pro, which is really Nano Banana 1 Pro. Now they came out with Nano Banana 2, but they haven't come out with Nano Banana 2 Pro yet. So the question is Nano Banana 2, which is not a Pro model, it's their Flash model, is it better than Nano Banana Pro? Yes, it is. So what we've done inside Imager is we've gotten rid of a few of the previous models in there. I believe Quen and another one that just wasn't performing well. And so I just want to let you know, as the new models come out, we're going to update the application for you. So now you have Nano Banana 1 Pro, and we don't even give you the Nano Banana. So it's Nano Banana 1 Pro. Then there's Nano Banana Pro 2, which is the best one. And Sea Dream and Flux are still in the running. But if you ask me, if you're only going to choose one, Nano Banana 2 is the best model.
we've also made some changes into the YouTube thumbnail cloner and the studio headshots. Now you have the choice, instead of Flux, to use Nano Banana 2, and it gives better results as well to do your studio headshots. Same for the thumbnail cloner. It's been updated. And we've also updated Creator Studio. Now the UGC content creator, all of these things are now using Nano Banana 2, which is good because it's faster and better. So you're really going to like the stuff in Creator Studio. All right. And by the way, we are doing so many changes that, like, even if somebody wanted to buy Scale right now, I think the best way to do it is just go to clickcampaigns.ai, because we're going to talk about our repositioning of the websites and everything. But if you're not a member of the Scale Plus right now, just go to ooh, look at this. This button doesn't even work.
All right, Mike Filsaime here.
I gotta let. Hey, can one of you guys, John Garcia, could you do me a favor? Let Lucius know at Click Campaigns, the button underneath the video goes to pound pricing instead of / pricing. So it's a dead button. Please let Lucius know. All right. So yeah, we have a new price option for you. Instead of $497 for the first year and then $149 a month, you could get it for $297 for the first 6 months and then $149 a month. This is obviously a lot more expensive than this option, but it's just yet another way for you to get access to the entire platform. When you do that, you'll see everything that you get. It includes everything, right? It includes everything. All right. So yeah, so we've added Nano Banana 2. Now, another update that we have for you is we have added, and bear with me, let me mute this. Please be quiet. Okay, we have added in ScaleGG. This was a pain in the neck until it wasn't. Okay, you now have your 41 GPTs, and we've also created a GPT marketplace. Now, many of you don't know, this application came out from a training that I was doing for our members one day, where I was saying, I'm going to show you how you can build an app. And then I was doing that with this person right here that I'm highlighting, Amanda van der Gulik, and we were building an app for her, and then I forked it because it was basically the replacement of the old Groove.ai. Right. So what we've done is if you click on these GPT tools, you have all different type of categories. These are essentially the ones that were in Groove.ai that I told you I was going to bring over. The reason why it was difficult is there was 41 of them that had to be rebuilt. So then I used basically Claude Code and OpenClaw, and I hired an agent to go in there and navigate to every website, get the stuff, download the files, and then put it all into a Notion database. I'll show you. We got to log in. Let's log in like this. I like that website. All right, that's odd. Can't find me. Okay. Let me hold on just a second. Let me see who I'm logged in as Notion on my other laptop here. Mike Filsaime Gmail. Okay, so that means up here I got to change the workspace. I'm in Donna's workspace. I think that's the problem. All right. So what you're seeing, by the way, this Alex Mission Control. This is my OpenClaw going to work and basically telling me out of all 5 of my inbox, this is everything here that needs my attention, the whole 9 yards. It's completely automated my life. Well, maybe we'll talk about that at the end. Right here, these GPTs, this was all done with an agent. I said, hey, I'm giving you access to a Notion page. I want you to go into my ChatGPT account, click on all of the GPTs, and I want you to come up with the name. Then I want you to get the description. Then I want you to click on the instructions tab. I want you to get all the conversation starters and then check off what abilities it has. And then it built this entire database out for me. And then I told Claude Code, I said, hey, here's my Notion database. I want you to connect to it, and I want you to build all these GPTs for me in the background. And it did, right? So the reason why it took so long, I'm going to be quite frank with you guys. I was too lazy to go in and you know what we call grunt work, like log in, get the GPT, copy the instructions, paste, hit save. I was like, there's just got to be a better way, and it took me a little time to do it. But now you have all of these awesome GPTs. Are they all necessary? I don't know. You've got Click Campaigns now. Click Campaigns pretty. Will I be using some of these? I don't know. Maybe some of these are a little older in technology, like Webinar Outline Wizard. I would just use Click Campaigns. But look, you got them and they're here. But here's the really cool thing about it as well is we've added the community feature. So when you create a GPT, somewhere in here, private, you can publish this to the entire community, okay? You cannot make it public unless you add these different things. So you have the ability now to sort by public ones. I think there's only one or two public ones from other people, but if I don't let you know that this feature is available, then you don't know. Not the biggest news, but just wanted to let you know that ScaleGPT is now complete. What else do we have for them, Johnny? Let's see. Okay, and the feedback portal. And then we're going to get to the big stuff, the courses.gg, which John Garcia, pop in. You have to leave in 45 minutes, right? Yes. All right, so we're going to jump into courses.gg in just a minute. And this is important as well. If you haven't noticed, we've added this little icon right here. This is the new way that you get support. And this is something that I'm going to show you that has just completely, completely revolutionized our business. I'm thinking, don't quote me on this, I'm thinking of open sourcing this. I'm not sure. I've showed this to a lot of friends. Everybody at Flight Club was like, oh my God, I have to have it. Wait till you see what this does, not just for you, but for us, okay? So when you go here, this is our new help desk from now on. Our help desk, and I believe if you go to Groove Support, no, let me see, support.groove digital should read, yeah. So the support.groove digital redirects to here. So by the way, you're going to be seeing us eating our own dog food more and more and more. So the first thing is you need help. You don't just want to share feedback. So you click need help. And by the way, this page was designed, I'll explain all of this in just a minute using how we're designing all of our pages. And if you want to come across along that journey with us, all right? It's complex and it's not for everybody, but it's pretty cool stuff. All right, so first off, need a help desk. John Garcia, when I click on this, when is this going to go to our new help desk of HD help desk? You're on mute, buddy.
Oh, my apologies. Yes, we've been working with Alan, making sure that everything is full and working, and make sure that when we send out any kind of response from the for the new portal to this one, because this one is going to be exclusively for the tickets and the things that we need directly in HD help desk.
Yeah. So when?
We're hoping to get it as soon as possible. I have to visit it.
Okay, so okay, as soon as possible is not a when, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be very fair that today is the 19th. April 1st, I wanna be on the new help desk. And I'm not gonna say come hell or high water. I'm gonna say if possible, because obviously we've got to make sure that it's right and we don't want to rush it. But if we don't set a deadline, we won't get it going, right? All right. So so just so you know, folks, HD Help Desk is our new help desk software. So we're going to be moving as well to HD Help Desk. And as you can see, John and Alan have built out our Scale Support Help Desk. And so we're going to have a brand new help desk. And I believe that I can even see the help desk. Let me see here. If I click on portal, our help desk is going to look like this. Very, very simple. You'll view your own tickets. You'll be able to create a ticket, et cetera, right? So this is coming soon. And by the way, you guys have this, and we're working on fine tuning some of this as well. But so let me tell you what you want to do in your business. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll make the feedback portal an app just for paid members. Maybe I'll open source it where you have to install it. But this isn't something that I built for you guys. This is something that I built for us, and it's revolutionizing, and I mean it, the way that we do support. So as you can see, when people come here, we're talking about saying share your feedback first. And here's the reason why. If somebody comes to the help desk and reports a ticket that Groove Pages is down, that there's a bug, here's what happens. We get 30 reports of the same bug, and then that goes to Alan. And in the old days, without AI, it might take up to 2-3 months to fix it. And then we have our Monday morning meetings, and everybody gets on there, and then it's like, all right, that's marketing, that's social media, that's this, that's that. All right, support team, do you have anything? Yes. There's been a persistent problem with Groove Pages. We have about 40 tickets, and then Alan would say something like, oh, that was fixed 2 months ago, right? And then John Garcia would go, are you kidding me? It would have been nice if somebody would have told me, right? And now we have to go back and we have to track 40 different tickets and tell people, right? And then some of those people say, no, it's not fixed. And like, that is a horrible, horrible way. You do not want bugs and feature requests at your help desk, because the feature request, hey, can you guys add this feature, goes from a support person to John Garcia, to me, Matt, and Alan, and that ticket stays open because the customer says, any update on this? Horrible. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. So what you want your help desk, it says it right here, need a human to review your issue. Our support team handles account-specific problems like billing, questions, and technical issues that are only related to you. If not, we first tell you to chat with our agent. Now, if you guys don't know, because maybe you're not on every one of these live streams, we've added a really cool feature to Chatbaser. And by the way, we stole it from chatbase.co. I see a new feature. I say, hey, that's great. I take a screenshot and I send it. I say, hey, build this feature. And in an hour, we have a new feature. What a wonderful time to be alive. So if we go to Chatbaser, you're going to notice we have the old school chat widgets that we've always had in the past, right? Put a chat widget in the bottom corner of your website. But what happens when you have many different brands? You can't have 5 different chat widgets at the back. So what we've done is we've created this new thing called help centers. And if you don't know, now you know, okay? Help centers, what they are is you create a help center, and it's a combination of all of your chat widgets. And so when you click on it, there's a real fun little wizard that you go down, like how do you greet the person? What are the colors? What type of logo do you want there? What are your accents? Do you want light mode, dark mode? And what I like here the most, these quick actions that show up right here above the chat, like we're not hiding from our help desk. It's like we can put a phone number, a billing, talk to a human, all these different things. Right now, we're like, hey, just go to our help desk, and that's going to be our new HD help desk. So then you click over here and you click on manage agents, and this, you can see I have them both checked. So you import all of the agents that you have all into one, and then when you're done, you get this portal URL that looks like this. And I already opened that before, so let's actually just go to that. And so what have we created? We've created a chat GPT for your members to come to talk, but it keeps conversation threads. So when they come back, their previous conversations are still here. So you want to keep your customers away from your help desk if you can get them an answer better and faster. So I'm a lifetime member of Groove. I have 2 questions. If I don't upgrade, what apps from ScalePlus do I get included, even if I don't upgrade? And if I do upgrade, is there a price special for lifetime members? And I believe the lifetime members, we tell you that you have to log into Groove, and you have this little special offer that's still here, where you pay, instead of $149 a month in year 2, it's just $497 a year. So you save $1,391 a year with that. So let's see if it got that right. Right? Hi, quick question. If you don't upgrade with ScalePlus, what's included? I don't have. Yes, you do. This is crazy. So by the way, this just means I didn't train the database properly. If you do upgrade, yeah, so let me see here. For lifetime Okay, so this got dumber. I don't know why. I don't know if anybody changed anything in there. This was working the other day. Anyway, I have to go fix the database. That is not a technology issue. That means my data files aren't working properly. So anyway, but you get the point, right? You can have information for users so you don't have to go to the help desk. Users are happier to get questions faster. Now, if they can't get help, they just click submit a ticket and they can go to the help desk at any time and submit and talk to an agent. All right. So the next thing that I want to let you know about the feedback portal is, and we'll have our tutorials here. And right now we're just linking, right to YouTube, because that's where we're going to put our tutorials. So let's get to the feedback portal and talk about why this is revolutionary. So there's a couple of things. Number one, when you go to submit feedback, you're going to notice that you could still go to the help desk. And we tell you when you have something private, like you need to discuss your API key, and we use it here. I want to create a public ticket. We believe it's very important to use language like that, like public ticket, so that you understand everybody's going to see what you're saying. This is not a help desk. This is a public portal where everybody sees it. So when you click continue, the first thing that you have to do is you have to choose one of the applications. And today we're going to be talking about how you're going to be talking about My Store and courses. I might even put a new one here called newcourses.gg. So I'll probably do that later today. And I'll put the other one as legacycourses.gg. But here's how it works. If you want to add something for click campaigns, notice we have here mission critical. Okay. And the problem, every single customer for 3 days straight was reporting every bug as mission critical. Every single little bug to them was mission critical. So this is what we say now. Are you sure? I'll zoom this up a little bit. Are you sure this is mission critical? Mission critical is reserved for true emergency situations. The server is down. The site won't load. Widespread outage affecting all users. This is the equivalent of pulling the fire alarm. It triggers immediate urgent alerts to the system administrators and the tech team. It does. Our phones all get text messages when you do this. So the call to action is sound the fire alarm. Do you know that since we've added this, we haven't had anybody sound that fire alarm, because most people are just reporting a bug, right? And the other thing that you have is feedback requests. So now when you report a bug, we have you describe the issue. What would you expect when it's working, and how should we verify that it works? I'm going to explain to you why this is so important. The reason why this is important is this is what's actually used, the way that we communicate with our developers, so that it could be done right. We actually even have the ability for you to click the record button, so that you could record right into these areas here, and you could add screenshots. Now, here's what happens when you create a bug. If you notice here, you have user view, I have admin view, okay? And we can look at it through this lens here, and we also have what's called here the pipeline view. So you can see what's open, what's being investigated, what's being planned, what's currently in progress. Feedback that we got from you that we just want you to know it's on the back burner. It's not in progress. It's not planned. It's just kind of like, hey, I'm going to put that on the back burner. And then you could come in here and see that your tickets were moved here as well. You can, I should probably, let me see, do we have something that says like only my tickets? I believe we do. I think we have some here where it's just my tickets, right? But anything that is shipped, you can see everything that we've completely shipped here. Okay. And here are things that we're like, hey, look, that's a nice feature request, or it's not a bug, or whatever the case is, but we're not going to fix that for whatever reason. And we communicate that with you. Okay. So you might want to, click on this Kanban board view. There's the card view and the tile view. We have some of these things are just for admin. And the important thing is you can upvote something. So I want to show you something. I'm going to take this and I want to show you this. I'm going to go create a ticket. And was that a feature request? It's a feature request. So watch this. I'm going to create a public ticket. Oops, I have to know the application. Sorry. Invoicer. And I don't know if any of you have noticed this before. So I'm going to go to Invoicer, and I'm going to describe that, and watch what happens when I click Continue. It's enhancing your your application here. And if I click, I'm going to stay with my version here. I click continue. No similar issues found. Interesting. Let me see. Let me try that with a bug. Let's try it with this bug. I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to submit feedback for a bug. And of course, I forgot the app. That is for pipe leads. All right, and we're going to put that in, and we're going to make that a bug, and we're going to click continue. It's rewriting it, enhancing it. It gives you two versions. Like, do you want to have this version here or this? I'm going to stick with my version. And if this doesn't work, okay, so this is a bug for some reason not working. What that did is if it found a similar issue, it would tell you, hey, there's a ticket, and John, make a note of that so that I can fix that. It tells you somebody else has already reported that bug. Do you see how important that is, right? So we don't want people reporting the bug because we'll have 9 bugs reported for the same thing, and then we're going to go and not even know that it was fixed, and we're going to tell the AI agent to fix something that was already fixed. So what this does is says, hey, that ticket already exists. Why don't you upvote it and leave a comment? So you can see this has 10 upvotes. So this is very important for Matt to add a feature request where people are adding this ability here, and then we could see that users are adding additional comments. Now, let me show you what's really, really cool about this. Will we have a penalty for serial abusers? No, you got to let everybody be heard, right? So let me show you what's really cool about this. I'm going to take this bug one right here. It's unassigned. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check off that it's reviewed. Hold on a second, guys. John, could you come on and talk? It's my mom calling.
Sure, Mike, no worries. Just yeah. So as Mike was explaining, this will process everything in automatically. And since I don't have control of Mike's computer, I will probably just tell you guys how incredible this is, because it just automates the process greatly and avoids the bypass of 1 or 2, 3, or 4 hands, even when the issue gets processed to be worked on and delivered. Oh, so Mike is back. So let me just remove myself and...
All right. So what you get now, we have this thing right here called Create Agentic Engineering Ticket. Ready? When I click this, it's analyzing all of the users' feedbacks, all of the other users' comments that were put on there, and your screenshots. And so what happens is I not only get your screenshots that I can copy and paste and give to the agents, I can simply do 2 things. Number one, I can copy this, right? And if I go into a text edit document, I simply go into Claude Code or Cursor, right? And I go into the project and I boot up Claude Code and I simply do this. I click paste and then I hit enter. And then it works for about 3 minutes. It tests it, opens up a browser, tests everything. It knows that not only does it do this, it also writes this. Let's see one here by Mike. Okay, so this is one that I did. It also writes this for the user when it's done. Hey, thank you so much. The issue was this. It's now fully fixed. Please test it, et cetera, et cetera. So when we go back to that feedback portal and I click on this one here, and now I go to the engineering task, okay, this little thing here, copy markdown, this is all that we need to fix your bugs. And, we read it obviously to get, make sure we see everything that's going on, but then we just paste that in there and you're helping us triage all the different bugs. Now, I want to show you, this is the most important feature right here. This thing right here is called Teleport to GitHub. When I click that, here's what it did. It created an engineering task. This engineering task right here on GitHub is hooked up to a software that I'm going to look up on YouTube called Claude. Okay, check this out.
Recently, while working on my Claude Code update video, where I was covering subagents, Claude Ultra Mode, and
Let me just fast forward to the section here. Here, what happens is this is an application that we install on our server, and any single time we create one of these tickets that you see right here, it will show up right here in planning. And if we don't want to work on it, we can just drag it right into here, or we can even set something that any single time that we click here, teleport to GitHub, it'll automatically send that to an agent. Now, what that agent does is they create a branch, they get this prompt, they fix the branch, they fix the bug, they open up a browser, they test everything, and then they close it and they create a pull request for us. So we're moving to the point, ladies and gentlemen, where you guys are actually creating the bugs, and we're just basically sending them off to agents. And that's why we're able to move so fast on your bugs for you. So this feedback portal is pretty cool. I got to bring John on so now we can start talking about courses.gg now that we're into the second hour. So in the second hour, I want to focus on courses.gg and mystore.gg. But the reason why I wanted to show you this first is because in the old days, we always like to, let me do this one here. In the old days, we like to hype our products and release them and do a big, huge demo and promise you the world because we were excited and we learned. You know, there was never any ill intent. What we decide to do now is we're moving and we're releasing things in beta, and we're going to work with you. And you're going to be excited to say, hey, great, you know, instead of just releasing it, I understand that you're releasing it in beta. I can still use the old courses.gg. But what this is going to allow you to do is, and like I said, I'm going to create one that when you come in here, you're going to see new courses.gg after we get off the live stream. Let me take a little sip. I'm parched. And anything that you say is broken, we're going to be diligently that day, like fixing everything. My goal is to get the new courses.gg up and running. And guess what? The old courses.gg is not going away. That's going to be known as, we're going to put that at legacy.courses.gg when the new one goes live. And then at a certain point, we're just going to say, hey, the old one's gone. All right. So let's show you the new courses.gg. And John, I'm going to bring you on. I kept adding you. You kept adding. All right.
Sorry, Mike.
So,
that was funny.
No problem. All righty. What technology are you using for these agents? We use Claude Code, Claude Code and OpenAI's Codex, but that's for another day. All right. John has to leave in in exactly 23 minutes and a few seconds. So we're going to jump on in real quick. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you briefly around the platform. And John, are you able, and by the way, you guys can go to new.courses.gg. Alan, John Garcia, I'm going to add Alan to the stage as well. Alan, is the database connected for the users yet?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So now I don't have one. Okay, so I'm going to log into the current version, but so this right here, if we click on Discover, right, this is what the communities pages are going to look like. Oh yes, this is the first time I've ever seen that. You can see it imported everybody's stuff over here. Here's Amanda, right? And so now let's look at what Amanda's page is going to look like. Ah, look at that, right? Now, if we compare that to the old courses.gg, which nobody was ever complaining about these pages. Subjectively, some of you may even say that, you like that one better, but that's not, that's obviously design is subjective, right? So I'm going to move this over to here. This is all this. So this is the let's see, I want Amanda's. Okay, so this was Amanda's old one. This image was here. Again, the developers that developed this used a template that they got, and we built everything here from scratch. So this is the new one. Amanda, maybe you might want to upload a 4K image here now that this becomes the featured image. I can see it's a little blurry, but just letting you know, it might be the first time that you're ever seeing it. And so that you can see here, this is how the page looks. and the join community, share community, everything like that. So now what I'm going to do is let's go back out. Let's see anything else that's at the front of this site. We have the start for free, and we're going to talk about that. The courses.gg is free to anybody in the world with a caveat. You have to pay 5% of your sales to us and connect your Stripe and PayPal. If you don't think that's a lot, if you have just 20 customers times $99 a month times 12 months times 0.05, it's going to cost you $1,100 in fees that you pay us for just 20 customers paying you $99 a month. You might as well upgrade. But I'd be happier, honestly, if you don't. I'd rather get 5% of your sales. Users of ScalePlus don't pay any platform fees. All right. So you can see we've got a nice, beautiful site. We have a light mode and dark mode for your users. And even more, I'm going to show you in just a minute when John goes in. So I'm going to sign in. I want to show you a couple of things that you have. When you click on this drop down, you're going to notice not only do we have light mode and dark mode, but we also have color themes. So you could switch to the blue, right? And we have light mode and dark mode for blue. We have a couple of other modes. I'll just show you real quick. There's what we call the power pink, right? And your users can also change that as well. And we have the purple rain. We brought that in from Page Builder. And all of those also work with dark mode as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave it in, I'm going to leave it in green, and I'm going to leave it in light mode. And I'm going to have John come on in just a minute, but I do want to let you know that in the, we have a course here. In the courses, it looks like, this is the course that I'm subscribed to, right? So let me see here. I'm as a student, I just realized I got to click the creator tab here. And now I'm looking at, when I click my communities, course library, this is where you create your courses. John's going to show you all of this. And look at this. We have this thing called the AI Course Builder. All right. So if you want to build a course just to fulfill a bonus, right? It's not the main part of your course, right? But part of your course is you're going to teach people how to use Notebook LM. Well, this is just like Blogbaser. You could put articles from other people. You could put YouTube URLs from other people, as many as you want. You could paste text. You could upload files and PDFs, and you could just say here how to use Notebook LM. And you do research topic, and you're doing basically the same thing that you would do at Notebook LM. You're creating content, and when you're done, you click continue. Let's just do this just for a second here. By the way, the new MikeFilsaime.com website is live. Let's go back to, I'm going to close this old version. Let's just give it an article. Click add scrape, right? Let's see, what am I missing here? Why cannot I continue? Is that a bug?
You have to add a source. You have to then just
I did.
click there.
Oh, it's probably training.
Right.
Well, look, this is why we release it in beta. So the next step, you go to configure, like how many modules do you want it, like verbose or not, and all that. Let's start with a YouTube video. This is, let's just get a short YouTube video. Alan, am I missing something? If I'm missing something, let me know.
I used Andre Karpathy's auto research.
All right, let's add a YouTube URL. Extract. Okay, let me get a screenshot of that. That is blocking us from going to step 2 for whatever reason. Simple bug will fix it. All right. Okay, and yeah, so I wish I could show you the rest, but basically, configure basically means like, do you want a lot of modules and all, how much content do you want? It's not going to create the videos for you. And then you'll click generate, and then you'll click review. But then what I want to show you, I'm going to create something for you. I'm going to do that probably later today or this weekend. I'm going to create something here there's going to be something called video tutorials. Okay, I'm literally going to create, there's a new feature in Notebook LM. There's a new feature in Notebook LM that you feed it data sources. So I'm going to give you the source that it's going to feed. And then what you're going to be able to do is just load that in there, click on video overview, and you'll be able to get a video that looks like this.
Okay, so let's talk about what's happening in marketing right now, because it's a huge shift. We're entering what's being called the orchestration.
So what it does in the background is uses Google Gemini Nano Banana 2, and it creates these images for basically everything that you wanted in there. And some of these images, I'm trying to move here.
Assembly line?
Let's see.
Becoming a thing of the past. This is it's an orchestra.
This is not the
They
best
work in
example,
parallel,
but the
not
bottom
in a
line is
straight-
it creates the narrative, creates the video for you, and they just released a new one that for the expensive plans, it's called Cinematic. If you were to just look up Notebook LM Cinematic Videos, hopefully this is coming to everybody soon. I have it, but you have to pay $250 a month for it.
Just announced a brand new update called Cinematic Video.
So instead of using Nano Banana, it uses Gemini VO3, and so your videos will have animations.
I've been testing
like
this out.
this.
Mine. It is so gorgeous, and when you come
right in today.
But you get the point. I'm not here to do that. But basically, what I want to let you know is that you now have the ability to create courses, and then I'm going to give a step for you that will give you output to use at Notebook LM for each part of the course, and it will create a micro video for you that you can then download that and put that in. And now you will actually have an interactive course that it will build for you. So it's really, really badass. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring John Garcia over because he actually has courses that he's built out. His version, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And John, if you want to share your screen now, and I shouldn't have done this. I should have brought John on quicker. He only has 15 minutes. He does have to pick up his kids from school. But, we'll be doing more trainings on this during the week. And I might pick up after John's done. And then we're going to talk about mystore.gg. So, John, if you want to share your screen and take yourself off mute.
I am about to bring it in right now, Mike. Let me just bring my screen here and we can get started.
Matt, did you have something?